Just checking in to make sure you guys are still good for Saturday. Just remember, you need drumsticks and your guitar with new guitar strings already installed. If not, we can install them, warm them up, and make sure you're good to record. Sick.
Boom. Done. Great.
Welcome to Snapback Records.
Let's go. Look at us doing business meetings. Snapback Records business meetings.
Yeah, boy.
Or business text messages, more or less. But yeah. So anyways. Snapback Records. Shit. 307 Reacts. God, I had the Snapback thing stuck in my head. I'm Matt. That's Chris. This is Snapback Records. You guys, the best audience in the world. And on the screen in front of us is maybe one of my new favorite comedians of all time. It's Dusty Slay.
Yes.
We're going to watch him do a full breakdown of it being 5 o'clock somewhere. Wow, I just read the title for the first time.
Have you heard that song? 5 o'clock somewhere?
Who sings it? Like, what is it? An old song? Like an old-timey song?
It's a country song, yeah.
Well, probably not, Chris.
We're
not, Chris.
We're going to go ahead and mute this section of the video for copyright reasons.
Oh, yeah. So, sorry, guys. We're going ghost for a second. No, at some point in my life, I've probably heard that song somewhere down the road, but I don't recognize it.
It does have 72 million views.
I'm not, and you know what's crazy is I'm not one of those. I am actually not one of those. But I'm actually the minority in that case. But
so it's 12:30.
Yeah. But it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, and I know the old tropes. You know, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere. The excuse to go get yourself a little drink.
But anyway, before we get into this video, if you guys want to find out how miserable it is to hang out with us, watch to the end of this video, and we will explain to you how you can get 2 free tickets. 2 free tickets.
There you go. That's the nut right there.
To an Adam Calhoun concert here in Casper, Wyoming, with us.
Yep.
You'll get to hang out with us for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and then basically send you back on your way.
Legitimate B-roll at the end of these episodes.
Yes.
So stick with us till the end.
Around.
And anyways, let's get right into this. Dusty Slay. If you don't know who he is, you're just sit back and relax because it's about to be hilarious. He's guaranteed to make you laugh. Anyways, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Here we go.
I like country, though. I like that country song, It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, okay.
You know that song,
have you seen this one?
Justifies drinking.
I've seen small snippets on TikTok.
Oh, fair enough.
But I've never seen the full 9 minutes and 50
perfect.
seconds.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay. Foreshadowing. Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's go.
Any time of the day? You just say it's 5 o'clock and it's okay, right?
Yeah.
It only works for drinking, though. You can't show up late for work and be like, hey, 9 o'clock somewhere.
That's true, man.
Yeah.
Be nice if that did work, though. If your boss is like, well, I can't argue with that logic. Hell, get in here.
Come on in.
Hell, by that logic, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Get a drink. What are we even doing here? I don't know why we keep track of time the way we do sometimes, you know? Like the other day, I asked this guy, I was like, hey, man, what time is it? He was like, it's 20 to 4. I was like, listen. If you don't know, just say you don't know. Don't give me some kind of weird math problem. Just because I'm not wearing a watch, you know what I mean? Now I got to take a quiz to get the time. I don't know why we break it down like that, you know? It's not shorter. 20 to 4, 340 is about the same. Right?
It really is.
It is.
We don't break anything else down like that. We're not like, hey, what's this cost? $20 to $8.
$20 to $8.
How old are you? 6 to 40.
6 to 40.
Oh, well, we don't break other things down like that, but I think I'm going to now. I think that's how I'm going to do it now, man, because that is hilarious. 6 to 40.
20 cents to $8.
20 to 8.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What the fuck?
How old are you? 6 to 40.
So good.
What month is it? 15 to February. Doesn't make sense. I don't know why we're doing it. I do like that song, It's 5 o'clock somewhere, though. There's a line in the chorus where he says this. He goes, it's only 12:30. That's 12:30, just to be clear. He said, it's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. All right? But that's not true. You know what I mean? It may be 5:30 somewhere.
Oh,
we don't lose a half hour just because you change time zones. That's not how that works, Alan Jackson. That's a good song. I don't know how many people are familiar with that song. I mean, it's a good song. At least you've all heard it once. I mean, it's a classic. Easily top 5 country songs of Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett combined. Easily.
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 The hand, that fucking hand.
If you listen to the song, if you listen to it, one time you think, hey, this is a hardworking guy. He works outside, gets paid hourly, boss is pretty rough on him. When he gets off work, he just wants a drink, right? That's relatable. But if you listen to it several times, like I have, start to realize this guy's an alcoholic. He's creating a lot of his own problems. His boss seems like a pretty cool guy. And honestly, he's got a lot of flexibility at his job.
No shit, right?
The guy seems to come and go as he pleases, Like the song starts off, he's like, the sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow. So am I, right? So right away, hungover at work. He's hungover because he keeps talking about it.
Yeah.
He's like, the workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. And it's like, all right, we get it. It's a hot day.
All right, we get it. It's a hot day.
We're all out here together. You know what I mean? It says, I'm getting paid by the hour, older by the minute, right? So we know he's hourly. We know he's older. We know he complains about everything. He says, my boss just pushed me over the limit. I'm like, wow, isn't that something? The guy that comes in hungover
Can't handle it.
has a limit.
Has a limit.
He says, I'd like to call him something, but I think I'll just call it a day, right? He says, like, oh, call it a day, huh? You just get to leave work whenever you want then. That must be nice. I think we'd all like that kind of flexibility at our jobs.
Yeah.
Strolling hungover, boss upsets you, just take off.
Right.
And he leaves. He goes to a bar. He doesn't have a beer. He has a hurricane, he says. Tall, strong, right? And then we go to the second verse.
Tall,
Yeah,
strong.
I'll do the whole song. And
Oh, yeah, I'm doing the whole song. That's so good. So good.
we're having a good time.
We're having a good time.
We go to the second verse. We don't know if the second verse is the same day or not, right? A lot of times being thrown around in this song. It's not real clear. At the end of the first verse, he says, I think I'll call it a day, right? So I'm thinking 3, 4 o'clock, right? That's call it a day time. But getting to the second verse, he goes, this lunch break gonna take all afternoon, half the night. So either this guy called it a day at lunch, or he's doing this sort of thing all the time. Then he says, I haven't had a day off now in over a year. It's like, well, maybe you didn't leave every day at lunch.
Build up some vacation
He might
time.
not need you on the weekends. Sounds like your boss just trying to help you get your hours in. Hell, he knows you got a drinking problem. Probably trying to put a little money in your wallet. Seems like a cool guy to me, right? Then I think he moves on to drugs right there in the bar. He goes, my Jamaican vacation's gonna start right here. That sounds like a weed reference to me.
Yeah,
Sounds like an old guy weed reference. From about to go out in the parking lot and smoke weed, who's coming with me? Right? Then he says, if the phone's for me, you can tell him I just sailed away. It's like, well, you're in a bar right now. The phone's for you, it's probably your boss. Probably looking for you, trying to get you to come back to work.
Yeah.
That's what you want me to tell him? You just sailed away? That's the best you got? You don't want me to be like, I don't know?
I don't know.
Haven't seen him? You're like, nah, I don't know what happened. He was just sitting here, and all of a sudden he just sailed away. Yeah, this is still a bar. No, there ain't no boats in here. I don't know how he did it. He's kind of levitated up,
Off he goes.
and then he floated right out of here. And then we go through another chorus, more hurricanes. During this chorus, I think the drugs are starting to kick in. I'm starting to get a little paranoid. Starting to think, you know what? Maybe I do need this job. Maybe I will go back to work. He says, I can pay off my tab, pour myself in a cab, and be back to work by 2. Right? And I like that he's not for drinking and driving, right? You know? If you leave work in your own car You can't come back in a cab.
That's a problem.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You don't take a 2-hour lunch break, smoke a joint, have a couple of hurricanes. You're like, you know what? Maybe I will go back to work.
Never, dude.
Honestly, I'm starting to feel a lot better. My attitude's really improved. Sure, it's not safe to be on the road, but if you get me there, I'll get the job done. But I think he's done some harder drugs, some drugs he doesn't tell us about. Because the song takes a little turn right here. It's a little weird, right? He goes, at a moment like this, I can't help but wonder, what would Jimmy Buffett do? And not a weird question, I guess, but weird that Jimmy Buffett answers him.
So
Jimmy Buffett,
now I'm not familiar with the song. You said you all heard that at the beginning. I'm not one of the 72 million.
Yeah. Jimmy Buffett is featured.
Is there a feature in there? Okay,
Yes.
okay. We didn't get to that part when he was showing me the preview, but okay, it makes more sense now. The context makes more sense.
has Jimmy Buffett been there the whole time? Is he even there at all? That's what I'm asking. Jimmy Buffett just pops up. Funny you should ask, Alan. Jimmy Buffett tells him to keep drinking. He said, who needs a job, man? Keep drinking. But that's really what the kind of advice you want from Jimmy Buffett, you know? You got a real drinking problem. If Jimmy Buffett pops up and goes, you know what? You should probably shut it down. But then they talk about boats for a while, and the song just ends. We don't know what happens. We don't know if the guy's okay. I don't know if he made it back to work. We don't know if Jimmy Buffett's real. Just got to imagine the two of them hanging out. Maybe they floated off to Margaritaville or maybe way down yonder, Chattahoochee, where it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. That's right.
That's right.
Whatever that means. You know what I mean? I've been singing that song since I was a little kid. It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. Right? It's fun because it rhymes. But as an adult, pretty sure I know what a hoochie is. Pretty sure I know what a coochie is. You know what I mean? Is that what he's talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Alan Jackson slipping us a little wisdom. Be careful, buddy. It gets hot down there. Okay, we're having a good time. That's a fun one. Thank you. Thank you.
I love that he's got, like, that's his sign-off now. I love that he created a sign-off for himself. We're having a good time. And not even a sign-off, it's just his line. It's his catchphrase. We're having a good time.
We're moving on to the next thing.
Yeah, like, all right, we're having a good time. Everyone's good.
Oh,
This is
man.
kind of my ender. Now I can move on to my
Yeah.
next bit, and do that thing.
It's so good. So good.
Oh man! So I listened to that song. If you listen to that song one time, you might think, okay, this is a song about a guy who just kind of
Just works hard.
Works
and
hard
Wants
and
to get a drink after
wants to get a
work.
drink after work. But if you listen to the song a bunch of times, like I have,
Like I have.
you realize I think this guy's an alcoholic. Oh, you just leaving at noon, huh?
God, dude.
You haven't had a day off in a year. Well, maybe if you didn't leave every day at noon, boss wouldn't need you on the weekends.
Yeah.
It's so good because it's like
It's so good.
It's so relevant. Like it's
Oh,
obviously nonsense because that's clearly not what the song's about. But that's what makes it hilarious, man. It's breaking it down in such an analytical way and just going, you know what? Hang on.
I mean, it's fun to look at music that way too, because there's a lot of mainstream music that's supposed to be just a feel-good song, and this is kind of one of those songs. Like, fuck this shit. I want to go get a drink and wind down and whatever, right? But when you break it down realistically, like he has, you're like, dude, this song is fucking wild.
What? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Buffett shows up and they talk about boats for a while, and the
And then
song
it just
ends. And we don't know what happened. Yeah, that was amazing.
So good. So good.
Dusty Slay will get we'll get 5 out of 5 hats for the rest of forever, as far as I'm concerned. He's right, like you said.
Dude, if he ever comes to town,
I've said it before. Like I think he's up there with like Theo Vaughn, and I think he can hang with like some of the like Burt Kreischer and all those guys. I think he can hang with that crew, man. He's hilarious, dude. He's so funny.
Dude, him and Theo Vaughn. I would love to see an interview with both of them together.
I wonder if there is one. There might be one, dude.
There might be,
and we might even just put it on the channel. We might look and just like pick a segment of it and put it on the channel if it's like a couple hour interview or whatever. Because Theo Vaughn does this past weekend. Maybe he's got a this past weekend with Dusty Slay. Or maybe if he doesn't, maybe he's getting ready to, because I know Dusty Slay is kind of like hitting the circuit and like doing the thing now. So who knows? But regardless, I'm excited. I love having him on the channel, dude. He's so funny. It's such a good break to just like put him on, and I know I'm gonna laugh. I know my stomach's gonna hurt after one of those episodes because I laughed so hard, dude. And my jaw hurts from smiling. Like, it's a good time. We're having a good time, everyone. We're having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, God, dude.
All right,
anyway, I give that a 5 out of 5. If you guys like this episode as much as we did, be sure to stick around to the end and hear about the details on how you could get entered to win 2 tickets to see Adam Calhoun here in Casper, Wyoming. You are responsible for your own travel.
We're going to get real Western out here.
We're going to get real Western. It's going to be cold as hell, so bring a sweatshirt.
We're going to a cowboy bar.
Yeah, boy.
That's right.
If you guys like this video as much as we did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang, and we will see you guys next time. Ow. Have you ever got...
one more time.
Wait. Have you guys ever wondered how awkward or miserable it is to hang around us? Well, you have a chance to find out.
Yeah.
November 4th, Adam Calhoun as well as Demon Jones and Dusty Lee are coming to town to play at the Beacon in Mills, Wyoming.
Right here.
Which is not that far from here, believe it or not. But we are going to buy 2 extra tickets, and we are going to give them away to one person. All you have to do is share the link down below to our Freebird music video that we did with Exhorter. Then send us a screenshot to either our Instagram, Facebook page, or there'll be a phone number down below. It's a 509 number. It's my old Washington number. I still have access to it. Send us the screenshots there. We will be picking a winner October 14th. Here's the important part, okay? Number 1, we will not be responsible for travel. Okay?
If you live outside of the state and you got to fly in, you got to buy your own plane ticket. That's it. We'll pick you up from the airport. We'll get all your transportation taken care of while you're here.
Yes.
But flying here, we can't cover that for you. You got to be able to get here on your own.
And if you want a hotel room, that is also on you. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to stay at my place. So, get entered down below. Click the link. Share it. Send us those screenshots. We are cutting it off and announcing a winner October 14th. So, October 14th, be on your game. We will probably do a live stream. Okay, if you are not in the live stream, that is okay. You will have until the 15th to claim it. If you do not claim it, we will move on.
We'll just move to the next person in line. So that's it.
We'll see you guys next time. Bow.